todos los tres chingones boxing. Shouts all the chingones y chingonas, man. Okay, so we got a special one here. We got an event coming up. First Responders 911 Fights. Just that title sounds badass to me, man. I do enjoy that title. So, First Responders, anything from police officers, paramedics, everything. But why hear it from me? Let's go ahead and hear it from the people that put this thing together. Let's go ahead and let's bring in George, Jason, and Marty.
Hi.
Good
Thank you.
evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having us.
No, it's thank you for you guys' time and thank you for putting this event together. I am a true fan of boxing, and anytime somebody puts this kind of like side shows like this, I always appreciate it, especially when they take it serious. There's so many side shows where people don't take it serious, where it's just kind of like a clown show. It's like, ah, get out of here. But when they take
Right.
it serious, I'm like, you know what? They're putting in the effort. I like this. I want to get down with this, man. So no, definitely appreciate you guys' work. So lot to get into here. First of all, I'll start with you, George, which is on the left here. Now, George, little bit of a curveball here. I don't know if you remember me, but you actually years ago allowed me to shoot an episode. I had started a show, which I don't have it anymore, but I shot it there in Pomona. You allowed me to use your gym. It was, as a matter of fact, I interviewed you. It was a fight between Bad Chad Dawson and Andre Ward. I went there with my uncle. It was years ago. I was bald, like the way you and Jason are right now. Now I have hair, but I always remembered you from that. When I got in contact with Marty and I saw some of the pictures, I'm like, I know that guy, man. That guy allowed me to use his gym in Pomona to shoot
That
an
was a
episode.
long
So
time ago.
that was a long time ago, man. That was many moons ago. But
Yeah.
I always appreciated that, brother. I always appreciated that.
Hey, anything to improve or even help our boxing community and our youth, we're all for it. That's what we're about. So glad to see
So
you still involved.
still involved, my man. But let's talk about a little bit about you. What do you do? How did you get involved with the sport?
Just as a kid, it was a sport that I gravitated to. I enjoyed it. Grew up here in Pomona, so it was just something that helped me to steer myself in the right direction. Because it was very easily to fall into the trenches. And it was something I fell in love with as a kid. I competed as an amateur. I didn't get too far, but I loved it. And I never did. I think that here I am at over 50 years old. I'm still here, doing involved with the sport.
Okay, okay. Jason, I'll throw it over to you. How did you get involved with the sport? How did you get involved with a boxing gym? There's not a lot when it comes to a boxing gym. It's just kind of like, hey, man, we're not going to promise you a lot of money. But how did you get involved with all this?
So I started boxing on the East Coast, in the Washington D.C. area, and in the summertime I'll always go up to Philadelphia and New York and train up there. And the crazy thing about it, my original trainer was Bowie Fisher, God rest his soul, which was Bernard Hopkins' original trainer. He actually stopped training me and a guy named Keith Holmes, which became one of the champions from Washington D.C. And we all grew up in that stable. And I grew up learning the sport of boxing because I wasn't good in football or basketball, and I was always fighting. And then I realized when a girl used to beat me up in the gym for like a month, that was very good. I started taking the sport a lot more serious. But I transitioned over here after my mom passed away on the East Coast, and to fast forward with things, I met George here a couple years ago, going on 3 years, I think, when I was at another gym. And he said, this man, he has a gym in Pomona and may need some help. So when I seen the same story you just said, George gave you the opportunity years ago to come in and do what you did in the gym. I seen the vision that he had to help the youth. And as an educator by trade, as a principal, I love the passion that George has to helping youth. I love helping the youth, and it was just a match, a perfect fit. I understood his philosophy, understood his vision of wanting just to go to help youth, and here I am, and we're still going strong.
Yeah, and for anybody who's not familiar with the area, Pomona, it's pretty rough around the edges. It's pretty rough around the edges. So yeah, definitely anything that can help that has a spot there for the youth, man, especially for the youth that doesn't, broken homes or probably doesn't have a good role model in their lives. It's definitely a good spot in this place like Pomona. Mari, a female getting involved in boxing, girlfriend. Talk to us a little bit. How did you get involved?
Well, we've been around boxing our whole life, from our uncles that gave us the exposure to, having the boxing gym here, the Pista Gold. But I recently, in the last 2 years, got more involved because I started getting exposed to gyms that are in like low socioeconomic communities. And I saw the struggle that gyms were enduring. These gyms now, they're safe havens for these kids to, have somewhere to go after school. And I was seeing that the owners of these gyms are having a hard time keeping the lights on, because money was coming out of their pocket to pay for these kids, to continue to go, So when I started Square Circle with Madi and started doing little videos and giving these gym owners that had backyard gyms, gyms in their garage, a platform to talk about the struggles of, maintaining these gyms, the struggles of, not having any support. And so that I knew I had to do more. I wanted to do more. So I just gave the platform that I can give for them to express that. And then just started helping out wherever I can help out. It's been a wonderful experience too.
Okay, okay. And how long would you say that you've been involved? I know you said you grew up with it, but how long would you say that you actually been
So
involved?
been around it for decades, but been more hands-on in the last couple of years. I
Okay.
kind of was behind the scenes here and there, but actually more out and about and visiting gyms the last couple of years.
And
Okay.
even
Okay.
and even joining the board of directors.
Yeah, joining the board of directors, and then also not just for Fista Gold, but for another gym for Combat Mindset Solutions. Also joining their board of directors as well, which is all revolved around boxing.
Okay. And Jason, what's your title?
I'm the executive director for the gym.
Okay. And George?
I'm the board president. I'm the
Okay.
executive board president.
Yeah, it's just the name sounds so cool, man. Makes it sound very professional and all. Hey, Jason, coming from the East Coast, man, and making a home here. What would you say is the difference from being around boxing there and being around boxing here?
Well, I think growing up on the East Coast, boxing there for individuals take it more as a way out of poverty, a more of a way to see a different light of changing their lives. I think on the west side of the United States pertaining to boxing, you see a lot of athletes that have opportunity in football, track and field, baseball. When you think of California, especially SoCal, one of the first things they say is the Dodgers, USC, UCLA. They're thinking basketball and football on the mainstream, unless they are just a talented individual. So you got individuals, of course, a lot of fighters come from California, from De La Hoya to Shane Mosley. The list goes on and on. But it was the boxing gyms there were like in the alleys and basements. If you ever seen Rocky 3 when he was trained for Clubber Lane, those kind of gyms, like there was dripping water from the pipes and whatnot. And these kids were hungry, but they were on programs that the city paid for, which was, peanuts and pennies, but it was jam packed in there because the mindset was if I get an opportunity to fight, to compete, I could possibly get put on by a promoter that's coming to these events that we held at the DC Armory all the time. And some people seen it that way. So we had people like William Joppy. He was one of the guys. He Chop Chop, DeMarcus Corley. I've done plenty of rounds with him. These guys made it, and we all grew up in the same gym. So, but they were hungry, and I was hungry too. But I just think it was a little bit. So I'm talking 90s and 80s and 90s. I think the world's changed since then. I don't think we depended more on social media showing us how to do drills and techniques versus that person one-on-one. So I think it was a little bit more serious all across the board, no matter the coast back then. But right now, I think it's pretty much social media is taking over on a lot of constructs of when it comes to boxing. So AI and whatnot. So
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I think that goes with anything and everything, even in my profession of truck driving. Hey, George, you've been doing this for years. I mean, when I first met you, that was years ago. What has been the difference that you've seen in the boxing gym between then and now, or just when you entered a boxing gym and started working at a boxing gym to today?
What have I seen different? I noticed that back then, and maybe it's because we didn't have social media and other way of distractions. Like to come to the boxing gym was our distraction as kids. It was our our outing per se. And now a kid might, it was our way to check out, and now a kid might check out just by going in his room and playing on his phone, you know. So more kids rather be in their rooms playing on their phones. So the gyms, I remember the gyms being packed, packed, and everybody was working hard, and yeah, people were. I don't know. I think the work ethic was a little better personally. I think than what today's is.
Yeah, I hear that a lot of it's like, okay, with now everybody has, their social media and computer on a phone where before you didn't have that. And if you go to the gym, you go to the gym. There is no, well, wait, hang on, in between rounds or something in between. Let me check something on my phone that
Mhm.
wasn't around. It's just like, okay, I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna do next, what bag I'm gonna hit next, what
Right.
combinations I'm gonna do next. So I can definitely see probably how that could be a little bit more complicated working with the youth today. Marty, you being involved, is there any ladies that come up to you and say like, "Gosh, girl, you know what? I want to get in there, but there's just a lot of guys," or do they feel comfortable talking to you, wanting to get involved? I mean, where we at with ladies? Because in reality, when it comes to the professional ranks, women's boxing globally is actually starting to grow a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, our cousin, by the way, Lisa Valencia, who is the CEO of Primero Boxing, she was a pro.
Mm.
She went pro. And of all the cousins that boxed, she was the only one that went pro. She went all the way with it. So I had that exposure. And then, yes, I do get a lot of women, of older women that want to get into it. They're intrigued by it. They always ask me questions, and I always, tell them contact Jace, get a hold of Jason, and come check out the gym. We invite everyone. We welcome everyone to the Fistical to come and get in the ring, spar a little bit, get familiar with the drills, speak with Jace and some of the other coaches. But it's an amazing thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see so many girls and so many women in the gyms. It's so inspiring. It's really a good thing. And it's come so far.
And I'll be honest, everybody who watches this channel, they would tell you 5 years ago, I didn't care a lick about women's boxing. I become much of a bigger fan. And honestly, they put on some pretty good, exciting, entertaining fights.
Oh, some of those
Yeah.
cards, when you see those women go in there to battle, it's like one of the best fights you'll ever see. You see their whole
Yeah.
heart and their soul in that ring.
Hey, so my buddy here, Pomona Soul Sounds, is asking you a question, George. He says, did you ever go to Powell Gym on 3rd Street in Pomona?
No, I was too young.
Okay.
I was too young. So when I started being to the age where I used to go to I don't know if he remembers, but there used to be a gym on Reservoir. It was called Sweet Science Boxing Gym on Reservoir, right off the 60 freeway down there. And this was after that Powell Gym, and I was about 10 years old when I was going there. I remember because it was during the 84 Olympics, and I was born 74, and I was 84, so I was 10 years old. And I remember going there, but at 10 years old, the Powell Gym on 3rd Street had already closed down. That was ran by Tony Serta.
Okay. Yeah, I know him personally. He used to box, and yeah, he said he does remember. So, all right, let's get into this event. When I spoke with Maria and she told me, hey, it's gonna be police officers, firefighters, first responders, I was just like, really? Like, that's okay. Well, I mean, they're used to dealing with, violence or blood or whatever it may be. So, after that, following on social media and seeing them actually train, I'm like, okay, I'm glad they're doing that. That's what kind of got me to gravitate towards it, where it's like, good, take it serious, respect it. You're probably not going to look like a pro. That's fine as long as you respect it and took it serious. That's all I really care about. Respect it and leave it all in the ring. That's all I really care about. So, how did this event come about? Whose idea was it? And how was this putting it together? I don't know who I should go to with this one. I know I should go to George. Okay.
So this event started. One of our executive board members at the time had gone to a local community event here in Pomona, and he was out there at this community event, and the LA County firefighters were there as well. They got talking. Hey, who are you for? What are you representing? And this board member say, I represent Fist of Gold. Well, what's that? He started talking about it's a youth boxing club, and one of the firefighters. I love boxing. That's what I fought at one of those, battle of the badges type thing, and one thing led to another. We sat down, talked to him. We're like, hey, let's put a one on, and this was like 2015 or 14. Let's put one on. So we ended up putting one on, and we had to come up with a name. We couldn't use Battle of the Badges, so came up with 911 Fight Night, and we put on from 2014 till 2019 some very big successful events that brought out the community to watch, because now we had something here in Pomona that the cops, we had Pomona PD guys fighting the firefighters, and it was very well attended. Very well attended. It was an awesome event for those 4 or 5 years, and then COVID hit, and we didn't till this year. 5 years later, we're bringing it back, and we're getting a lot of interest, and the community is ready for the event again. And here we are. We're about 17 days away, and we're excited. We're excited to honor our youth and honor our first responders.
I will say this, man. I've been to many amateur events. One that I always remember was the one that I went that you held in downtown Pomona. It was an outdoor event. I say it was gosh, I don't know. It had to be about 15 years ago or so. It was
Huh?
it was a while back. Whenever Chad Dawson fought Andre Ward. If anybody knows on the chat, let us know. I forgot what year
Yeah,
that was.
bad Chad Dawson. Yeah, that
Yeah,
must have about
yeah.
15 years ago. It was called the Downtown Showdown. We used to have them in downtown Pomona, outdoor venue at the Sean Diamond Plaza.
That event always stood out to me because that didn't seem like a amateur event. That actually seemed like the pros, man. Just the event, the atmosphere, everything. The
Yeah,
train rolling by because the train is
yeah.
like right there. It's rolling by. It's almost like you're in a Rocky movie while they're fighting. It was great. Hey, Jason, what's it like working with first responders coming up to you and saying like, hey, coach, how do I throw a a punch correctly, the jab and everything of that sort.
Well, they actually come up and I guess I get more of the cardio portion of questions. Um, because they feel like they want to be in shape to go the distance of the rounds. And I was like, showing them how to pace themselves. So you get a lot of individuals who say, hey, hey, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I always encourage them and remind them you're young because, hey, you're doing something that is going to be active and requires for you to be active. So I try, it's all mental. And people will tell you boxing, if you ever done the sport, it's 95% mental and 5% physical. If your mentality is to go in there feeling young, feeling like you can do what people think may be impossible on the outside looking in, then it's my job to help you enhance that encouragement of saying, hey, you're gonna have the breath, you're gonna have the control, the energy to go those rounds. And the punches that come when we're doing the mitts. So a lot of the individuals that I have met, they have a decent punch selection and technique. They're just worried about their footwork and cardio.
Okay. Okay. So my boy Pono Soul sounds the same. That fight happened in 2011. Okay, so it's been a few years, George, since you and I connected, man. So but I always remembered you, brother. I always remembered you. I always remembered the guy that allowed me to shoot there at the gym. Hey Marty, what's it been like?
Anytime you want to shoot at the gym again, you're more than welcome.
I gotta get another cameraman. My my uncle just wasn't feeling it anymore. I was just like, come on, Theo, let's go some more. He's all like, nah, man. I'm like, okay, all right. He doesn't love the sport like that, But hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Marty, what's it like for you being around first responders and putting all this together?
Oh, I'm having a blast. It's been actually an honor to be part of this planning committee. I met so many people, and when we came for the media, we had a media day here. A lot of them showed up, and to meet everybody, and everybody's so excited, and I'm honored. I'm honored to be part. I'm honored to be part of it. It's a big, big thing, and to see everybody come together, it's wonderful. I'm really honored to be part of it.
Okay, I want to get to the actual fights in a second, but before that, how do you put this together? Do you just put it out there on social media? Hey, firefighters, medic. How do you put this together? How do you their jobs? Do you
Well,
get any pushback? Do you get any pushback from their job at all to say like, hey, wait a second, we can't allow one of our guys to get hurt? Do they need some sort of permission from the employer? How do you put this together?
well, we've never had any pushback from any department on whether or not he or she can compete. Um,
Okay.
the way we put it together when we first started was again because the firefighter, Mr. Jake Ching, he helped us, and he knew a lot of the firefighters, and then we had the local PD guys here in Pomona. So our very first show consisted of mainly Pomona PD and our local firefighters, and then we started branching out you know to San Bernardino County Sheriff. Then they got involved, and we knew we part of our committee. We have a sheriff on our committee, so he reached out to San Bernardino County, the sheriff's out there, and we have people that we know in Alley County, and just I mean I think we have El Monte PD also in this event. We got Redondo PD, and with social media, I mean, you can just blast it out there, and it spreads, it spreads, it spreads. And now there's a lot of boxing teams, like LAPD has a boxing team, and they've got other connections. So once they share it, it just grows. And when we first started talking about putting this together in January, we created a flyer, a little post looking for first responders, and then we started getting calls. Then we had a list of people that are interested, and then we have a matchmaker to start making the bouts, and I think we're down to about 15 bouts the last time I checked. And
Wow,
we
wow.
we opened it. We got San Diego County Fire Department. We got an Oxnard. As far as Oxnard, um, I said
For
Redondo
this
Beach.
event, for this event.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
We have
okay,
some female belts,
We
right?
have about 3 to 4 female bouts. Yes.
okay. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about matchmaking. How is there weight class here? How are you matchmaking? Is there ages? Is it like one guy who thinks he still probably got a little bit of juice left in him, but he's 53, and then there's this 23-year-old stud. Wow, they're about the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
size. Let's
yeah.
throw them there. How
No, we
how
we try
how
to
how are
we
you
try to
matchmaking?
Jake Ching and Tom Gaffney with UCA do a lot of the matchmaking for us, and they're doing a wonderful job in matchmaking. And it's all the matchmaking is done based on age, weight, and obviously experience. So, for instance, we have a 60-year-old or 61-year-old that's going to be competing, a former military. We're not going to match them up with a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old. So we got somebody that's closer. We have a 50-something-year-old that he's matched with. So try to keep them within age. If they're youngsters, then we find them a younger guy, somewhere in between the same age. It's got to be a fair fight. And we want it to be action fight. We want it to be, competitive fight. That's what makes great, great fights.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I've had a couple of YouTube fights with other YouTubers and everything. And to be honest, I'm not gonna get in there with a guy in his early 30s or in his
Yeah.
20s or something. He's got to be in his 40s, or at the very, I think the youngest guy I got in there was with 37, and I'm like, that's as young as I'm gonna go. I'm not, I'm not that young where I'm gonna be getting in there with somebody that much younger than I am. So I like the fact that you guys are keeping it like that, trying to keep it as competitive as you can and not just have it one-sided fight. Um, is there any is there any way of some guy saying like, hey, I want to get in, but you guys just can't find an opponent for him? Or is there any guys that you had to leave out, any girls that you had to leave out? I mean, especially when it comes to the females, depending on how many females really want to get in there, are you guys able to find an opponent for everybody?
No, no, we're not able to find opponents for everybody. We tried,
Okay.
we tried, but there's some that we weren't able to find bouts for, and just we're not able
Yeah.
to. We don't want to match them up, with somebody that has a lot more experience or is a lot younger or a lot older for that matter. We want it to be competitive. We want the people that are showing up, paying their ticket to enjoy themselves and watch some action-packed competitive fights.
Definitely. When I watch boxing, I love to see, the warrior spirit in there. I'd like to see, you know, battle tested people, but I never, ever, ever want to see somebody, have to be carried out of there who really severely got injured. We want a little bit of blood here and there. That's fine. Let's go, man. Show the warrior spirit, but never, ever want to see somebody severely injured having to get a get out on a stretcher or anything of that sort. So, what are we looking at? How many rounds? How many minutes? How many fights? I think you said 15 fights. How many minutes? How many rounds are we looking at?
These are 3 round, 2 minute rounds. We're looking at
Okay.
about 15 bouts. The last I checked, that's where we're at. We anticipate, some will fall through. A bout here or a bout there might fall through. That's boxing. But we're prepped for about 15 bouts come October 18th. 2 minute rounds, 3 rounds. They're using 16-ounce gloves. We don't want them to hurt themselves. They're not fighting for no world title, so there's no need for 8 ounce or 10 ounce. They're wearing headgears. They're having a ringside. We have a ringside doctor, and of course, the place is filled with police officers and EMTs and firefighters and first responders and nurses and doctors, and it's highly attended by first responders.
Who's going to be working the corners? Do they bring their own corners, or is it somebody at the gym that's going to be working each corner?
Majority of them bring their own corners, and in the past events, we've also assisted them in the corners wherever we need. They needed the help.
Okay. Hey, Jason, what are you expecting October 18th, man? Is there anybody or a few people that you have an eye on where it's like, oh man, I'm really interested to see how this person performs?
You know what? Absolutely no one but the community, the fans, and the support of everyone coming to this event. So my expectation is to see everyone enjoy themselves, get in the ring, do something that whether they have it on a bucket list or just to challenge their mental fortitude, and most importantly, bring notice to what Fist of Gold is doing and doing for the community. And it's bigger than just a 9/11. It will bring a notice of we're able to bring events like this to the forefront in this area, in this city of Pomona, to help growth. And everyone's a winner that night. So whether you're fighting, competing, or attending, or coming out to support your local firefighter, police officer, that is everyone's a champion that night. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see people come in, be supportive, and have a good time, and show out, have a good time for the gym. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm excited. I can't wait. Marty, have you noticed a difference where you're like, okay, that's a police officer. Oh, that's a firefighter. Oh, that's a paramedic. Have you noted dealing with them? Can you kind of say like, oh, okay, I know what that person's a firefighter over there. Just the way they respond to things, whatever it may be. Have you been
The
able to
mustache.
categorize them?
The mustache. The mustache.
Yeah, there's definitely some criteria there, but you know what? I'm gonna take the fifth on that question.
Okay, all right.
Trying to put me
Uh,
on the spot.
Hey, I never said if it was bad or good. It could have been something great, but I was wondering if maybe there's a difference that you can notice, like, okay, that's definitely a police officer because the way they respond or whatever it is, you maybe see the differences
You
in
do.
in what they do. Okay, okay. So for anybody watching, this is happening October 18th. You guys can go to fistofgold.org or call the phone number that is scrolling on the bottom. I'm also going to leave a link to all the information pinned to the comment section. So if you guys want information, you guys go straight to the comment section. The very first comment you see there, just hit that link and it will take you there. Or if there's no link, I'll just go ahead and leave the phone number there. Anything else before we wrap it up? Anything else that
Yes,
you guys want to cover on
I
this
would like
event?
to
Please.
also say that Fist of Gold is a nonprofit organization. Everybody in our committee that's been working diligently to put this event on has been a volunteer, and 100% of the proceeds from 911 Fight Night is coming back to our youth program, our mentorship program that we have here. So this is something that we use to keep these doors open, the lights on, and have a positive outlet for these kids to work out in, day in, day out. Been doing it close to 30 years. So this is a fundraiser again for the nonprofit, and 100% of the funding will go to it. Tickets can be purchased on our website, or you can go straight to Ticket Leap. But if you go to our website, it has a click where you can buy a ticket here, and you can buy your tickets online at ticketleap.com. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and punches will start flying at 7 p.m.
Food, drinks. Is there going to be any concessions?
Absolutely. The Derby will be selling. They have a full bar. beers and liquor, and there's going to be plenty of concessions of food and apparel and all kinds of raffles. Going to be raffles. We're getting a lot of stuff donated for our raffle. We've got some boxing gloves that were donated, raffled by several world champions. So we've got some good stuff.
Is this indoor event or outdoor event?
It's an outdoor event, but it's held underneath a big canopy, so you're in the shade. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you know what? I always remember that, George. I keep on telling you that, man, that you were nonprofit. I should have mentioned that because even back then you were like, hey man, we're nonprofit. It's like, okay, okay. You used to
Yeah.
skip rope on top of the on the plywood, man, because it was carpet. I
Right.
remember that, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So is that still the same location you guys are at?
No, you were
Okay.
when you shot that video. Did you go to? Was it a big gym?
It was pretty big. It was kind of like an office building. Yeah.
Yeah, that we
Down
were
down
down
by
on South
the down by the
Berry.
60 freeway. Down by the 60
Correct.
freeway.
Yeah, that was down there. Uh, we recently moved, so this is a different building here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, a lot smaller than that. That was back there, but yeah, I do remember now. I remember now that you're telling me. I remember you. You came in with an uncle and recorded some
Yeah.
videos and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was a
yeah.
while ago.
Many moons ago, man. But I think there's a great event. Um, I'm glad you guys are doing this. I'm glad you guys are bringing it back. I'm glad, Mari, you got a hold of me. As a matter of fact, I do a show here on Los Tres Chingones Boxing. One of my friends, David Contreras, he is retired law enforcement. So definitely salute all
Yeah,
first responders and law enforcement. But I don't want to mess with him. He's a pretty big dude and he's been through a lot. So I always try to stay on his good side, man. Much love to my boy
uh,
David Contreras. But anything else, Jason? Any last words, brother, that you want to throw out there to anybody who's gonna be part of the event, anybody who's gonna be watching? Any shout outs that you want to give out there?
No, I just want to thank you for taking out the time and helping support what we're trying to do, what we're going to do. And for anyone that's in the city of Pomona, thank you and God bless. Come out and support us and for the surrounding cities. And I encourage individuals come out to Fist to Gold Boxing Youth Center. And I want to really double down on what the founder stated. We are the only, and I've done the research, we are the only boxing gym that offers mentoring, tutoring, counseling, all in this gym, along with the side of boxing as well. So a lot of parents come and ask for these things that we do. We do a lot of positive things for these youth here that give them a fighting chance and give them different options with just boxing added on as an addition as well. So we're looking forward for the support for the city to come out and support our event on October 18th.
Well, I will definitely be there. Mari, girlfriend, any last words, any shout outs, anything else you want to say before we wrap it up here,
I just
girl?
want to thank David as well, and thank you for hosting us tonight. We appreciate it very much. Again, I just want to put it out there to everybody to come out to our event. It's going to be family filled. It's going to be a lot of fun. And there's going to be a lot of former world champions, and there's going to be a lot of amateur fighters out there as well too. There are new upcoming future world champions are going to be walking around. So I hope everybody can make it. It'll be so much fun.
George, one last thing. If there's people, because I got people that watch here that are from out of state, is there anywhere that they can watch this, either live or afterwards? Is there going to be anything recording? Any way you can have something online or Instagram or something, or clips of any sort?
you know what? We are going to have somebody recording um, the event, so we might make it available after the event, maybe on a YouTube or something like that, or YouTube channel possibly. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, that's something that we might do. Especially, I know we're going to record the whole
Right.
event,
The
so
whole event's going to be
it's
recorded.
going to be recorded. So yeah, maybe
Okay.
maybe we'll do that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. George, last words, brother, before we wrap it up here.
We'll see you guys October 18th. Tickets can be purchased at fistofgold.org. Purchase tickets here on the ticket lead.
Yeah, and I will leave the information. You guys see the phone number down there. You guys see the
Mhm.
fistofgold.org. Go there. That's where I went to go purchase my tickets. So I will
There
be
you
there.
go. There you go.
Yeah, I will be there ringside October 18th. Doors open at 6,
Correct. 6 o'clock.
and first responders start throwing their fists at 7.
7 o'clock.
All right, man. I
Thank you
cannot
for having
wait.
us on.
No, thank the three of I thank the three of you guys for doing this event. I look forward to it. I cannot wait. It's gonna be fun. You guys go ahead, support these guys. They're doing good things, even if you're not around in the surrounding area, man. You know what? Tune in. Where could they find you guys? Are you guys anywhere on Instagram, social media, anywhere that you guys want to go ahead and throw
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah, Instagram. What's our Instagram?
It's Fist of Gold Boxing.
Okay,
And
on
that's
IG.
And that will be on our TikTok and our Instagram.
Yeah, Fist of Gold Boxing or Fist of Gold Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Instagram, TikTok.
Sounds good. All right. Well, you guys watching this at nighttime. You guys have a buenas noches. You guys watching this on the archives. Have a good day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day you guys be watching. But I'll see you guys October 18th, man. I can't wait. Good event. Shout
You
outs
got
to
it.
all the chingones, all the chingonas. Shout outs to George. Shout outs to Jason. Shout outs to our sister Mari. I'll see you guys
Thank
then.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.